Determining a Class A CDL. In this video, we're going to be showing you the easy steps that you need to take and give you the information that you can use to help train your team so that they get it right in the field. These aren't mistakes that you can afford to make because they will lead to costly investigations, downtime due to out-of-service inspections, and so on and so forth. So welcome back to D.O.T. University. I'm Ryan, the D.O.T. guy. And go ahead and help us out by giving us a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you can be informed when we come out with new videos that can help you stay off the radar. CDL determinations, such a difficult task for so many people, whether you're an enforcement officer or a safety representative within the company. Now, there are three classes of CDLs that you can typically have out there, a Class A, B, or C CDL. In this video, we're going to be tackling the Class A combinations. That can range from the common truck tractor all the way down to the pickup, pulling the heavier trailer. So as usual, we got a RTFB, read the federal book. We're going to get into the definition of a commercial motor vehicle in 49 CFR 383.5. Not to be confused with the general definition that I talk about in my determining a commercial motor vehicle. This is now a vehicle of such size that it requires a CDL, not the non-CDL type vehicles. So this starts off, it says a motor vehicle or combination of vehicles used in commerce to transport passengers or property. If the motor vehicle is, number one, we're only going to get into Group A vehicles, is a combination vehicle with an overall gross combination weight or gross combination weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more, whichever is greater of those two. And I'll break those two down here in just a moment. Inclusive, meaning towing a trailer or trailers if you have multiple units in the group, with a gross vehicle weight or gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more, whichever is greater. So we have to tackle gross vehicle weight ratings. This is the value that's specified by the manufacturer. It's listed on the VIN label of, usually it's on the inside of the driver's door, like internationals. It's sometimes a little more difficult to find, but typically we'll find that. You can see this unit has a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,050 pounds. Whereas this trailer that we have here, we look at the VIN plate. Now, VIN plates on trailers are typically on the tongue. If it's an enclosed box trailer, it could be on the left-hand side, but it'll be indicated in the gross vehicle weight rating right here of 16,000 pounds. Now, the next thing you have to determine is combination weight ratings. Either gross combination weight rating has two options. It can be, number one, the value that's specified by the manufacturer on the power unit if such values displayed on that VIN label. So we see down here on this VIN label that we have, we would see the gross combination weight rating of 15,000 pounds. And then in the second example that I've got up here, we can see a combination weight rating right here, GCWR, with a weight of 27,500 pounds. Now, the second way of determining this is by taking each of the trailer, either the truck and the trailer's gross vehicle weight ratings, and adding them together to get your combination weight rating, just like in the previous slide. Or you can take the actual weight. For instance, maybe somebody's going to load a trailer just a little bit heavier, and that takes us into gross vehicle weight and gross combination weight. Now, this is the actual value specified when going across the scale of either the loaded or the unloaded single unit. Now, the combination weight is everything together. Now, this is really important because, for instance, looking at this house trailer that we have right here, it's very possible if that was on a 10,000 gross vehicle weight rated trailer, but if it weighed 11,000 pounds, an enforcement official is going to use the heavier of those two weights, so it would get marked down as being an 11,000 pound vehicle. Now, to make CDL determination easy, we have remastered our flowchart used for in the United States commercial driver's license flowchart. If you use this flowchart and you answer each question correctly, it will always give you the right answer for either a Class A, a Class B, or a Class C. Now, the Class A is kind of the mother of all driver's licenses. You can drive anything else as long as you have the proper endorsements. Whereas you have Class B CDL cannot drive A combinations, and a Class C cannot drive B or A. But an A could drive everything as long as it had the driver had the correct endorsements. Now, Class A determinations has really just one route. You start up here at the top. It's got to be a combination unit, and then it's going to take you down. It's going to ask you questions about the trailer weight. You answer yes to that. It's going to ask you about the combination weight, and once you get all those answers, it's going to bring you down here to Class A. Now, if you answer no to the weight of the trailer, basically that's going to be on your path to Class B, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. So we're going to break this chart down with some actual examples that we have here. The first question you have to ask is it a combination vehicle? That's pretty simple. Does it have trailers? That's what combination vehicle means. So we would answer, looking at each of these examples, we would answer yes. Even with this goofy looking thing, this truck tractor pulling this itty bitty little camper trailer, it still would be a combination vehicle. Same thing with like this Ford, this F-150 right here, pulling this enclosed box trailer. This is a combination vehicle. Now, so if we were to answer yes to that, it's going to take us to our next question. It says, does the trailer have a gross vehicle weight or gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more? So we look at this VIN plate. It's kind of hard to see. So let me zoom in on that a little bit for you. It says the gross vehicle weight rating is 10,000 even. So with this guy, we got to go through and we have to answer no to this because it's 10,000 even. It's not 10,001 or more. So that kind of takes us to these other examples. And we answered no. It says, does the power unit have a gross vehicle weight or gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001? At that point, it's all about the main unit. If it is answer yes, if that single combination is over 26,000, that's going to be a Class B CDL. Again, I'll come back to that determination in my next video. So now we're going to go through, let's say we answer yes to this. We look at this VIN plate that pops up, and it says on the VIN plate, the gross vehicle weight rating is 16,000 pounds. So with that combination, we could look at a variety of different trailers that we have. There's thousands of those out there. This is just 3 examples that I have that we could have. This little trailer down here on the bottom got a gross vehicle weight rating probably around 14. I've seen these between 14, 16. I've also seen some examples just right at 10,000, but they're really easy to load too heavy and get that gross vehicle weight over 10,000 pounds. This trailer right here, this is your typical Big Tex 14,000 pound gooseneck. And then this trailer right here, this is the gooseneck with the tandem axles with the dual wheels underneath it. Gross vehicle weight rating on that's 25,500 pounds. Just to give you some ideas that we have out there. So we answer yes to that because we got those bigger trailers over 10,000 pounds. The next question says the combination weight rating 26,001 pounds or more. So now we're talking about the overall combination. Now the reason I have the asterisk there is to remember you're going to use the heaviest weight of either the actual weight or the combination weight rating or the combination marking. So if they're towing a trailer. Now, if we answer no to that, okay, let's say it's because we're pulling a small trailer, but yet we're still a passenger carrier vehicle, okay? So that's going to be, these are both Class C, designed to transport 16 or more, including the driver, or you could run into that other option with smaller vehicles that are pulling placardable hazmat. Both of those are going to lead to Class C, which, of course, you said it, I'm going to be saying that in my Class C CDL video. Now, let's say we answer yes. Let's go back to the power unit, the combination. We add those two together. Now the combination does go over 26,000 pounds. Then that means that a Class A CDL would be required. So this is just some real brief examples of some CDL vehicles that we could have out there. Now, let's kind of run through some examples, make sure that you have a good understanding for this. First off, how I'm going to break this down in these examples is we're going to go off of what the power unit is. We're going to say what trailer it's pulling. Then we're going to add these two together for our combination to get us our total. And then we'll work through the flow chart to see where we're at with our licenses. So in this first example, we have a Dodge 5500. Gross vehicle weight rating on this truck is 19,500 pounds. Let's say he's pulling one of those trailers. This is a gooseneck tandem. The tandem duals it has a gross vehicle weight rating of 25,000 even. Now we add those two together, that brings us up to about 44,500 pounds. Now, this seems kind of easy looking at this example just because we see 44,000, but I want to get used to using the flowchart. It'll help you, and the more you use that flowchart, it'll help you commit this to memory, and then those CDL violations will start to be eliminated. All right, so the first question is this a combination vehicle? Yep, absolutely. Okay, we look at it right here. We got the truck, we got the trailer. The next question is the trailer over gross vehicle weight or gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001. Absolutely, we're looking right at 25,000 pounds there. The next question is the combination weight rating 26,001 or more. Okay, we add those together, we're 44,000. So we have to answer yes to this. So magically, this is a Class A CDL combination. Now, maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. You'll see these vehicles up and down the highways being used. A lot of backhoes, some mini smaller equipment on there, highway paving equipment, you name it. They're very, very much used. Really used a lot in hotshot operations too. All right, this next example that we have, okay, we've got a 2011 GMC 3500. Now, something happened between, just before 2012 or 2013. So I want to get into that here in just a moment, just so I can show you some of the differences here. So what I've got here is a 2011 GMC 3500, a small 1-ton pickup, dually pickup. His gross vehicle weight rating is 11,500 pounds. Let's hook him up to a 14,000 pound trailer. So we've got that enclosed dump box trailer. Total gross vehicle weight rating on this is going to be 25,500 pounds. So we added that all up. Let's go back to the flow chart here. It says, is it a combination vehicle? Yes, it is. Next question is the trailer greater than 10,000? We got to say yes, it is. And then it talks about the combination. Okay, is the combination 26,001 pounds or more? So we added everything up, it's 25,000. So we answer no to this, and then we come out as a no CDL required combination vehicle for this. So this one does not require CDL. However, in 2013, GMC made a change to their VINs, and these 3,500 trucks now became 12,235 pounds. It's practically the exact same truck, just different by a couple years. Okay, now this 2013 3,500, 12,235 pounds, he hooks up to that exact same trailer. Now that trailer is rated right at 14,000 pounds, just like what we saw before, but now we got a combination weight rating of 26,235 pounds. So we go through our flow chart. Is the vehicle a combination vehicle? Absolutely. Does the trailer have a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more? Yes, it does. It's 14,000 pounds. And what goes to the last question right here, is the combination, gross combination weight rating 26,001 pounds or more? It is. It's 26,235 pounds. We answer yes to that, and this is a Class A CDL required vehicle. So very, very common that we could see this out there, this combination. Now 3,500s today range. They're going all the way up to about 14,000 pounds as a dually. And they kind of range 13,200 all the way up to 14,000. The single wheels with the trucks that aren't dualies, the 3,500 single wheels, they're right around still that 11,000 pounds. But you as your fleet, you got to be really, really careful. Now this is the unit right here. This combination is the unit that you'll have a manager out in the field that will let a worker, a laborer, or somebody else drive that truck, thinking that it's a non-CDL because it's just this little pickup, okay? And they're the ones that get pulled over by the D.O.T. So just because you understand this in the office, you got to make sure that you're training your staff on this too, because those managers will make that mistake. Now let's go back to that 5,500, okay? Say that 5,500 with the gross vehicle weight rating of 19,500 pounds is pulling this trailer 10,000 pounds. Okay, now overall combinations 29,500 pounds. Now we go to the flow chart. The flow chart says, is this a combination vehicle? Yes. It says, does the trailer, and the next question says, does the trailer have a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more? Now this trailer, this is this little 10SR Big Tex, and all the manufacturers have an entire group or a fleet rated right at 10,000 pounds for this reason. Now, this particular gross vehicle weight rating is right at 10,000 pounds. So we have to answer no to this question. So we answer no, it is not. Then it goes to the power unit. Does the power unit have a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000? It does not. We have to answer no to that. And this takes us to a no CDL is required. Now, this one, a lot of people struggle with this because we've been got ingrained in our head for years and years and years. Anything over 26,000 pounds has to have a CDL. Well, folks, it's not true. I'm sorry to tell you. This is a combination. Now, you can, technically, the largest combination that you can have going down the highway is a 26,000 pound power unit pulling a 10,000 pound trailer. Weight rating. If you scale them or if you weigh them or load them heavy, then it could turn into a CDL combination. Now, in your local or online at the FMCSA website where you look up the regulation, online only, if you go to 49 CFR 383.5, the interpretation question number 6. Now, I will point out J.J. Keller has pulled this interpretation from their regulation books. It's kind of a shame. I know why they did it a few years ago, because they updated the definition of combination weight rating, but they should have just updated this question. Now, what question says? Question 6 says, a driver operating a tractor of exactly 26,000 pounds with a gross vehicle weight rating and towing a trailer exactly 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight rating for an overall 36,000 pounds, hazmat and passengers are not involved. Is this a commercial motor vehicle? And they mean by 383 standards, not by 390 standards, by 383. And do they need a CDL? And the guidance is no, they do not. Now, again, I got to stress, we're only talking about gross vehicle weight ratings here. We're not talking about the actual weight, and we're not talking about combination weight rating markings. But again, this is the biggest question. I just wanted to show this interpretation question to you because I do get a lot of pushback on this question when people see the larger combination out there, or these combinations. Now, if you're running this, you got to be very careful because it is super, super easy to overload a 10,000 pound trailer. And if it gets stopped by an enforcement officer with a set of scales, or they run you to a scale house to get that weight and you're over, they will make enforcement on CDL for you. Now, let's kind of show that to you in an example here. We've got that back to that 5,500. With a 19,500 pound gross vehicle weight rating. He's pulling that 10,000 pound trailer, gross vehicle weight rated 10,000 pound trailer, but he loaded it a little bit heavy at 10,500 pounds. Now this time, remember before he was like 29,000 now, or 29,500. Now he is at 30,000 pounds, okay? And so we go through the flow chart. It says, is this a combination vehicle? Yes, it is. The next question says, does the trailer have a gross vehicle weight? I'm not even going to worry about rating now because the weight is the heaviest. Does it have a gross vehicle weight of 10,500 pounds or more? Yes, it does. So with that one, we go back to the combination being over 26,000 pounds. And we have to answer yes to that. And that is a Class A CDL. So because we loaded this trailer a little bit heavy, it turned this into a Class A CDL combination. All right, so that is the determination of a Class A CDL, about as fast as I could lay it down for you and still try to be clear on it. Remember, if I lost you in the weeds back there, rewind, try to grasp what I'm talking about. Use that flow chart. Okay, now we give that flow chart in our live trainings or our online trainings is when it's going to be available. As D.O.T. University comes online with our online training options, it'll be available through there, which is hopefully here in the very near future. Check back. Hopefully we'll have it up, and I'll update this video as we come out. If you have comments or questions, put those down below. We'll get back with you the best we can. And be safe out there, and let us know your questions.